Now, as we go on throughout this, I want you guys to remember what Cybernick the robot is saying in the chat. That Sammy was a troll. Sammy was a parody. It's something I've heard before, and it's a very common misconception amongst people who do not know anything about Sammy. So, as we read into this, I want you guys to decide if you think Sammy is a troll or a genuine tard. I'm already having my stance. I've followed Sammy since I want to say 2013? I could be wrong. I could be off a little bit, but I followed him when he was first getting relevant. So, I've been following Sammy for a good while. I want to say 2012. It was around Gamergate. Fuck. It was so long ago. So long ago when I found Sammy's channel. It was like years ago. Maybe 2012. But anyway, let's talk about SammyClassicSonicFan. Now, first we're going to look at his ED page, because it summarizes him really well. So we're going to read all of this, then we're going to transition to an update on Kiwi Farms, which is also very accurate. I looked up all of this shit ahead of time, and I fact-checked it. They're pretty much right on mostly everything. We're gonna look into this. We start off with a quote, and this quote is from Sammy himself, and it says, "He's a young teenage legend and the world's most dedicated Nintendo geek." Sammy talking about himself. SammyClassicSonicFan, also known as Sammy Tanuki Gamer, Snoopy Flying Ace 64, and Sammy Paper Mario Fan, so many names that are redundant to each other, is a severely autistic kid who makes YouTube videos ranting about the most retarded shit ever, and is severely infected with high amounts of Asperger's, USI, and shows a tremendous amount of bad parenting through his spurgish behavior on YouTube. Sammy sets a perfect example to why kids should not be allowed to use the internet. Now, I agree. I 100% agree. Here recently, YouTube is being sanitized for these kiddos. The videos that were intended for kids are now being scrubbed. They're losing their ads. They're being forced to put up blocks to prevent pedophiles from talking to them. They're getting rid of comment sections. If you just didn't allow kids to use the internet, this wouldn't be a fucking problem. But instead, we let these little tards run around online unsupervised, and they get into trouble, like Sammy did. Somehow, he acquired a camera, and like every little kid who thinks his opinion matters, he feels the need to share his stupid opinions about Sonic, or some other gay shit that no one cares about, to everyone on YouTube. Sammy also claims that he is 15 years old, despite his voice sounding squeaky. I hate that they don't update these articles. They add little updates at the end, but they don't update the prior written shit. Like, claims to be 15, it's already verified that whatever age he was saying he was at the time was true, so they should have updated that. Despite his voice sounding as squeaky as wet shoes on a wooden floor, SpongeBob style, and looks like he's 9 years old. He thinks his opinions matter to the rest of the internet, when in reality, no one gives a shit about him or his opinions. And that is a photo of Sammy raising his shirt up. If there's any pedophiles in the chat, get the fuck out. And for any sensible people, I'm sorry for you having to see that. In a nutshell, he pretends to be 15, but acts and sounds like a spoiled 9-year-old. His egotism is very comparable to Blackboned. I don't know who that is. I'll have to look up him if he's Sonic related. He thinks his opinions and ideas are the absolute best, but he doesn't care about other opinions, like all Sonic fags. And I can't agree. There's a lot of people out there who want to state their stupid opinions and then get really pissed when other people have opinions. Like, there's this stupid little autistic girl, and you know who she is, who really likes Silver the Hedgehog. And she feels like her opinions on Silver matter. But yet, when someone else doesn't like Silver the Hedgehog and has legitimate problems with him, she flips shit on him. It's that same type of shit. Might talk about her eventually. He also expects every single person on this singular planet to be nice to him, and to stop freaking criticizing him. Again, like Christian, he doesn't even know what a troll really is. To him, a troll is simply someone who disagrees and is mean to him. And that is something that people don't remember. A lot of people have this misconception now that Sammy was himself a troll. He was a character. He was an AVGN-inspired person. And I disagree. He may have seen the AVGN, and that may have influenced him to do videos, but his Tard Rage was genuine. And he actually did try to go after the trolls like Christian, and he actually did partake in the trolling. Like, he participated in people fucking with him. So I disagree heavily when people say that Sammy was a troll or that Sammy is just a normal kid. No, this wasn't a game. This was Sammy genuinely upset by these people. He seriously believes he has friends on the internet, but we all know that they pretend to like him, so we can get more delicious tears and rage. Speaking of his friends, the only IRL friends he has is his family. Oh god. He spends all his days playing with his toys and games. He dreams to become the next Shigeru Miyamoto, but knows jack shit about video game development, and I don't think he's in college for that either. So far, the only game he has ever made is a Flappy Bird clone. He made using a shitty generator, and I bet you he was proud of that. He writes shitty Sonic fanfictions. Ooh, we will have to find those. If I can find those fanfictions, we will read them. While inserting a godlike version of himself and his personal problems in it. Sounds familiar? Like Christian, but people keep saying that Sammy isn't genuine despite him writing shitty fanfictions with his Mary Sue OC. He is also an expert on damage control and troll shielding, because just like Mr. C, he thinks that when trolls are presented a new target, everyone will leave him alone and troll that person. His real age. Sammy's age has been debated for quite some time now. In this video, he claims that he's 15, when in reality, the bulk of the people who watch his videos beg to differ. Sammy looks like he's maybe 8 or 9 or even 10. He did go to college later, so his age was legitimate. He actually is the age he said he was all those years, but people will always disagree anyway. But let's watch this video and see what he has to say about it. Let me open this up in a different tab.
I'm gonna tell you guys to stop denying my age. I mean, what the frick? You guys just need to accept that I'm 15 years old. Stop denying it. I mean, why would I lie about that? It makes no sense. I mean, stop accusing me of lying. I mean, I'm pretty sure that if I were, for example, any of the ages you guys said I was, like 12 years old, 11 years old, 9 years old, 7 years old, what the frick? How is that even possible? You freaking idiots. I mean, come on. But that's not the case here. I'm 15 years old and you guys need to accept it.
Oh yeah, definitely a master troll himself. But yeah, let's continue. His shitty YouTube videos. His videos begin with a 30-second long intro, and it consists of random Sonic gameplay clips, a lot of explosions, and awful Sonic drawings. In these videos, he usually screams about shit no one cares about, mostly about why platforming games are underrated, and why frick-person shooters games are cancer that is killing video games. That was relevant like 5 years ago, but now, not really. In the background are songs of old platformer games for which he doesn't have any permission to use, and probably gets people copyright claim to re-upload his shit. But when the music plays, it sounds like someone put it there to ridicule Sammy. Eventually, he will go Super Saiyan to make his point abundantly clear, that he is always right. Occasionally, he doesn't know what he's talking about anymore and will pretend to leave. And then he puts a trailer of a Mario or Sonic game in his title. He doesn't even do it for the ad money. He literally just puts it there. Most likely without Nintendo's permission, which will get you in a lot of trouble now. I don't know about back then. Then he completely freaks out and the credits roll, which will contain a huge wall of text in terrible font, which you are supposed to read. I can fucking agree with that. Like, the terrible fucking videos. Occasionally he will make a crossover video with another YouTuber, like his cousin Haley the Hedgehog, or his Carrot Top friend Bowser Man 101, and debate about video games that no one even plays anymore. These videos are not too different from his solo videos, Massive Spurg Rage, excessive use of the word frick, etc. And like I said earlier, I think the frick thing actually was to get attention, because he didn't use frick too often until his first video got really popular. Making noises that sound like screamo and deathcore music, especially his rant video against the Sonic fanbase. Now, I really wish I could play this video with his cousin, but I'm not going to, because showing videos of kids on YouTube is now dangerous, and I'm not risking that. Reaction to this article. Now, this is where we separate the kids from the adults. If Sammy was just a character this whole time, let's see how he would react to this article. Knowing Sammy, whenever he doesn't like something or is completely butthurt about something that doesn't even affect him directly, he will often go into his room, turn on his Fisher-Price camera, and start screaming frickin' the whole entire time, while jabbering on in his Aspie language. Pro tip, don't watch the video if you have... if you're sensitive to massive spurging. So we're gonna watch this video. You might want to cover your ears, because I don't know if there's going to be, like, loud screams all of a sudden, and I'm not going to turn it down.
Pika Pika! Hello everyone, enjoy the video!
It starts out with a Pikachu plush being held hostage by Sammy.
Thanks, Pikachu. Anyways, today I'm going to be doing a little mini rant on, this site called Encyclopedia Dramatica. You know, I've actually wanted to make this video for quite a while. For a few reasons. For one, they pretty much have nothing positive to say. I mean, everything that they type on their pages is usually aimed towards a certain person or group, and it's almost never positive. They're always just posting rude information, some that isn't even plausible, and I mean, seriously, I mean, Encyclopedia Dramatica is just a bunch of jerks, and to be honest, they really have no lives. I mean, they're just sitting around typing about people, you know, just posting every single mistake they've made, and they say, oh, this person has no life, when they're the ones sitting there and writing an entire page about them instead of actually going out and living their lives. I mean, what the frick?
His rise to fame. Wow, another FPS. When will people learn that FPS games are frickin' garbage? The game is too dark. The game is like Minecraft. The game is uncontrollable. The urban setting is for fricks and has goth punks. Deus Ex gets a negative 30,000 out of 10. Okay. Yes, Deus Ex is known to suck. When someone spurgs out so badly that they will get noticed eventually by V, found out about his Deus Ex rant. God, I hate this language. And many laughed and cringed or wondered if this guy is genuine. Where are his parents? What are his neighbors thinking? Will he be the next Christian? Or stop viraling on Sammy. Nobody knew whether he had autism or ADD, but many knew he was going to be a huge lolcow, so many subscribed to pretend to like him, and eventually he became known on Tumblr. However, a huge frickin' frick will eventually get frickin' trolled, and he disabled the comments, although anyone knew that this was going to happen eventually. The videos where he rages the most are the ones that get the most views, showing why people watch Sammy's videos at all. And to this day, he doesn't understand why. I think he actually does now, but he still tries to retcon it by saying he was playing a character when everyone knows he wasn't. Also, his news page confirms that he was diagnosed with high-functioning autism, like our pal Christian, when he was 3 years old, removing any other possible mental human defect from the equation. SammyClassicSonicFan. Someone saw all the lulz and decided to be documented for the future generations. Among them were gameplay videos of Sonic 4 and Sonic Adventure, in which SammyClassicSonicFan claimed to be a huge expert in Sonic games, yet fails numerous times in them, and rages louder than your average COD baby Call of Duty player, like Wings of Redemption. He uses the free version of Fraps, which results in him making shitty transition every 30 seconds. On top of that, his frame rate is too bad for recording gameplay, like my fucking frame rate is right now because my internet is being shit. But you are not allowed to make fun of him for his gameplay videos because they are not freaking speedruns. That was his excuse for sucking at video games. He would say that he's not a speedrunner. So that makes up for him dying thousands of times in a video game designed for children. SammyClassicSonicFan uploaded videos he made himself playing the same stages the real Sammy played, except he does it 100 times better, while calmly explaining that Sammy should chill the fuck out. Then the real Sammy responded, so they had a liquid Sammy. I didn't know about that. They had a liquid Sammy. The real Sammy responded by saying the reason he sucked is because he had to slow down the clips, so the clips looked like they would lead into each other, which completely explains why he sucks at Sonic games. No, it doesn't. That if you just slow down the clips, that would be us seeing them worse. That wouldn't explain why you were terrible when you were recording it. The legend concludes. Many tears were had. Let's read this message from Sammy. Thanks a lot, you trolls. I have to make all my videos private. So sorry. The words of a mastermind himself. Thank you all for watching my videos. I like to make them and they took a lot of time to make. Bye. Hello there, all my fans. Unfortunately, my parents have been viewing the trolling people have been doing to me, including all the videos made about me. They have come to the decision that I must stop making videos for YouTube because they think it's unsafe for me having all you trolls around. I must stop making videos. I know it's sad for my loyal fans, especially since my 50th video special was almost complete, but you guys can blame my haters. So, for the people who think that Sammy was some type of mastermind who was just playing everyone, I want you guys to read that over and over again and tell me if you think Sammy was sincerely making those videos or if you think he was actually trying to play it up for attention. Just decide for yourself. I don't have to tell you anything. The trolling somehow got the attention of his parents, who, in actions typical of overprotective parents of retarded children, forced Sammy to stop making videos. Not because he is acting like a huge retard on crack, but because people are making fun of him in the comments section. A bigger shock to everyone was that Sammy would stop making videos. That was the shock. But that he actually has parents. Nonetheless, Sammy made his videos private to reduce troll activity and get his parents off his back. You can still watch his videos if you are subscribed. You can't anymore. That channel's fucking gone. They need to update this article. It's majorly outdated. No one fucking gives a shit about ED, so it's not gonna happen. After a while, V fed Sammy's ego so much that he decided to make every YouTube nobody he needed a second account to scream in. You can find it here, and that's outdated too. That channel's fucking dead. New videos include him screaming about already overstated lack of innovation in the new Call of Duty, awesome ideas for Sonic and Mario franchise, and one of his favorite videos included a My Little Pony YouTube poop. It's now confirmed that he is a brony. In a video where he thinks of himself as Pinkie Pie, yes, he did do that, and showing us at the end his skills in Sonic Adventure. Many deaths and comeback. In December of 2013, a group of trolls found leaked Sammy docs for the lulz. What? They found out his docs and leaked them? What the fuck? Everyone expected him to make a video of him going apeshit, but surprisingly he didn't. Probably the one smart decision he ever made during his internet career. And this is him, I think, again. If it's the docs, I will just close it immediately. Oh, okay. This is him talking about this. The mastermind troll Sammy talking about the internet fucking with him. You are all correct in guessing that we will be notifying the police. I do not know you've done anything illegal, but I do know that you have violated our rights to privacy in your actions. So yeah, come on. You know Sammy's genuine. Anyone who thinks that Sammy's a troll, you're misled. You're misled by the Sonic fandom who wants to revise his stupidity to make it seem like it wasn't as bad as it was. Eventually, his parents found out about this and decided to cut down his internet, a reference to Christian. Some people got sad, but most didn't care, because the Sammy fad was gone long ago. A few weeks later, he was already back on YouTube and uploaded a generic Sonic 2 video, but he deleted it 2 days later because of them frickin' trolls found him. So he decided to shelter himself. He made a private channel that only his closest and most loyal white knights could access, to about 2 to 3 people. Videos on this said channel were nothing but generic Sonic 3D Blast videos, generic rant videos, and cringy as fuck culinary critic of golden Oreo cookies. Why would you do that? It didn't take long for those videos to get leaked. Sammy got butt mad and closed his private channel. But Sammy, just like every other lol cow suffering from USI, is always hungry for attention, either positive or negative. So in February 2014, he created a new public channel, mostly to promote his shitty novels and Sonic fanfictions that no one cares about. I will find his fanfictions. I will look for them, and I will fucking find them, and I will read them if they're cringy enough, which they should be. During his internet career, he created 7 YouTube channels. The subreddit. You can't talk negatively about Sammy in any form, or your post will be 100% related to Sammy, will get erased and be deleted in less than a minute. Avoid this subreddit. So that was his subreddit. I'll take a look at it for a second. Did it get hacked? Because it says Big Classic Froggy Fan. Unless that... Maybe that's part of the meme. I don't fucking know. It's dumb. Sammy as of now. Now, this is outdated, so don't consider it as of now. It's majorly outdated. I'll have to show you what Sammy is like more recently. As of 2014, Sammy is still making videos on a new channel. No, he isn't. He has learned absolutely nothing from being doxxed and absolutely nothing from people who cared begging him to leave YouTube for his own good. He also talks about an online book series that he created called Skylar Space Time. He always brags about how much he's improved, but in reality, he's just as bad as he was before, if not worse. At least in his older videos, they were somewhat exciting. Nowadays, instead of screaming, Sammy cries about Sonic. He literally cried over Sonic Lost World not being a 3D classic Sonic game. Yes, I remember that video. Now his videos consist of nothing but boring, trivial shit relating to the gaming industry that no one gives a shit about. Also, he made a sequel to the monstrosity SammyClassicSonicFan's adventure and is planning to make a 3rd installment for his fans. He also, for some odd reason, started to suck the dick of Mario the Plumber. Mario the Plumber is basically SammyClassicSonicFan prototype, complaining about the most trivial shit towards Sonic the Hedgehog, while destroying almost every object he sees when he's butthurt, including his own home. Mario the Plumber is also known for his racism, sexism, xenophobia, and his massive butthurt when trolled. For some reason, Sammy looks at him as a pretty cool guy. Of course he would. The reason for this is beyond the knowledge of any scientist. Any scientist? Come on. However, Mario the Plumber has been pissing and whining on YouTube since 2010. It's pretty safe to assume that Sammy is Mario the Plumber's long-lost son or brother. Coincidence? I think not. Sammy also seems to have realized his connection to Chris-chan and occasionally makes vaguely humorous self-referential comments about them. I sort of figured you were acting. I did the same thing with this identity last year. My videos were actually legitimate though. So he says that he was acting, but the videos were legitimate. So he admits that he's not faking it. He is dumb, and those are his genuine opinions. It's just that he's overacting a bit. That's why I disagree when people say that Sammy was a troll. He wasn't. Those were his legitimate opinions. He actually is that dumb. Everyone thought my older videos were legitimate, but I actually just formed the SammyClassicSonicFan persona to entertain others. He's a fucking liar. I wouldn't believe that. Sammy's a fucking liar. If it was just made to entertain others, he wouldn't have deleted his account. He wouldn't have responded to the trolls. He wouldn't have fucked with the trolls even more. He wouldn't have participated in that subreddit with trolls. It's a fucking lie. Unfortunately, in addition to that came consequences. I had an Encyclopedia Dramatica page posted about me. My docs was posted online. I sparked a controversy amongst the internet. In summary, I can relate. So he's saying that he can relate to Chris-chan. Public school, I don't know if that's important. I'll skip the quote there. In August 2014, Sammy announced that he now goes to public school, perhaps the first time he ever interacted with outside people in his life. He claims that so far people hasn't played Kick the Autistic with him yet, and he has made lots of friends. Considering that he knows jack shit about how society actually works, still has zero culture, and knows nothing about anything that is not video games, make of that as you will. And now we are going to get to supporters of Sammy, and thank God we're almost done. Supporters of Sammy. During his many years of shitting out terrible videos, Sammy somehow managed to gain himself a lot of loyal supporters. Sammy's supporters encourage him to keep acting like an annoying dipshit for the rest of his life, and often deny that he is doing anything wrong at all. But don't let them fool you. Sammy's so-called supporters watch him for the same reasons we all do, to count how many minutes this rabid 10-year-old wastes foaming from the mouth over Sonic before hyperventilating. But since their morals are much higher than the average viewers, they are fucking pussies. They feel guilty about disagreeing with his maddening ways because the poor kid has autism, and thus everything he does is okay. They spend their time crying crocodile tears over some shrieking kid they'll never meet in their life because they are too spineless to admit that autism has nothing to do with Sammy being an unlikable little brat who throws tantrums over people having opinions. Basically, anyone claiming to support him are hypocrite faggots who probably point and laugh at people like Chris-chan, but act sympathetic towards Sammy because he is slightly less grotesque and younger than Christian is. So I think that's a good way to sum it up. I'm going to stop right there. How to piss off Sammy, disagree with his opinions, praise other video game franchises he hates, put his biased logic in question, ask him how many IRL friends he has, point out his resemblance between him and Christian, and make fun of him overall. Tell him he's 9 years old. This is an update posted August 9th, 2018. It's still a bit outdated, but it's more up-to-date than the fucking Encyclopedia Dramatica is. I noticed the lock on the thread, so I decided to update Sammy's for the past 20 months. So this is the past 20 months update for 2018. This is the closest you'll get to me doing a modern update on Sammy. One of the richest resources for the budding Sammytologist, is that what they call themselves, is his Instagram page. To summarize, here are some interesting facts. He is now enrolled with a full scholarship at IUPUI, set to graduate in 2021, which is 2 years from now, in computer science. At least of April, he joined the track team and was getting involved in Christian socials. He voted for Trump in 2016, which makes him a good guy automatically. And yes, he announced it in the most appropriate cringy manner. While I don't think he'll ever ascend back to proper cow territory, I do think there's a bit of low to medium levels of cringe. So that's what he's saying. He's saying that Sammy has moved on. He's now an adult. He is going to college, but he's still cringy. And he did a rant about Sonic Team Racing. This is last year. He did a video talking about that. He did a weird video with him. I'll watch that in a second. However, he is clearly self-aware and able to take the jokes about himself, which is pretty endearing to me. Still, he is capable of creating some truly baffling stuff. So let's watch a modern Sammy video.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet Sammy at the Sammy show tonight. It's time to get our memes on. It's time to dress up right. It's time to raise the curtains on the Sammy show tonight.
Now tell me it Sammy isn't genuinely autistic again, please. Tell me it Sammy is a character so I can laugh at you. Given the short frame in which the videos, overall, my impression of Sammy is that he's developing the best he can given the autism. Note that I emphasize developing and thus the slight cringe and somewhat infantile mannerisms he has, but that's 1000% better than the subjects of the other threads here. So yeah, he's going to college, he's actually trying to succeed, but he's still cringy because he's always been cringe. And he actually did get a date for prom and stuff. Like, he's actually interacting with women. So he's probably the most, like, least retarded of the lol cows, even though he has, like, an infamous legacy behind him. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video talking about Sammy. We're gonna watch some of Sammy's videos later on my Let's Watch series, so stay tuned for that. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you really like it, share it. If you want to see more, then subscribe. Thanks everyone for watching, and bye.